Live from Loudmouth Central, you're listening to Loudmouth Fisticuffs. Hosted by combat sports analyst Joshua Fers and international ring announcer Mr. Live Worldwide Jeff Houston. Half sports show, half comedy show, and half conspiracy show. 100% in your face. So open your ears, shut your mouth, and have a good fucking time.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's true. This is episode 47. Dogecoin is like 70 cents, and BKFC 17 was amazing. This is not a fantasy, and Jeff's shirt is flying open. This is not a fantasy. This is reality, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a simulation. I am Joshua Fers. That is Mr. Live Worldwide Jeff Houston. And yes, like I said, episode 47. Woo! Wow. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. Smash the like button. Smash the share button. Smash whatever's in front of you or in your hand, whatever that means.
In front of you, behind you, it's completely up to you. We don't judge.
We won't judge. We'll ask questions. Hell.
In fact, actually, we'd rather videotape it for profit.
Yeah, send us some pictures. We'll post it up on the site. You know what I'm saying?
Just give us our kickback.
We got a lot of stuff going on today. We got
what the hell is going on with that 30-second countdown, man? I swear to God, it's like a club mix. I should be mixing up in some South Los Angeles club, and just behind me is fucking Tom Cruise ready to fucking assassinate me, man. I swear to God, it's like that fucking jam from Collateral.
You just mixed up like 3 different Tom Cruise movies in one. It's like Cocktail, Mission Impossible, and Collateral in one.
No. It was that Collateral scene, the one where they were at the Korean club. What was it, Fever? And there was that, I forget the name of the song, but it was just blaring out like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't adjust your shits. Jesus Christ.
You can adjust your shits depending on what your diet is.
Don't adjust your sets. Like I said, this is Jeff Houston, and yes, his shirt is completely open. I become man. We got BKFC 17, the fallout. We're going to talk about that. Of course, our special episode 50, we're going to be doing live on site at the Barnacle Hall of Fame. And
we've got some surprises for you.
My God.
As far as the setup that we have scheduled for episode number 50, live worldwide at the Bare Knuckle Boxing Hall of Fame weekend, which I'm going to tell you is getting more star-studded by the second. This is going to be an easy sellout. I mean, back in 2019, which was the last one that was held. What's going on, Mike? How you doing, brother? Thank you for tuning in as always. And like I said,
Big Mike.
Anybody who tunes in, if you have enough sack to sack up on the comments, then you have enough sack to go ahead and smash that fucking like button and let people know. You want to go ahead and make us proud. You want us to continue to do what we do with Loudmouth Fisticuffs, spreading the word. That's right. Oh, hell yeah.
Spreading the gospel of Loudmouth Fisticuffs. And by the way, too, I will say this. I'm not going to make guarantees, but it is very highly likely. We're going to have a lot of special guests, a lot of surprise guests. Probably come and chill with us live on the air.
Are you kidding? We're literally going to have a new guest every 10 minutes. Probably even more than that. That's how stacked this is. That's how stacked episode number 50 is. And we wanted to do something special for you guys, because those of you who do check us out, those of you who do tune in to the hysterics, the antics, and all the crap that I love to give Josh on an episodic basis, all good stuff. But we're going to repay that for you in spades, because we are going to make sure that we give you an episode 50 that you'll fucking remember.
The big 50. I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped for the Hall of Fame. I'm pumped.
50 episodes that we've been able to do together, and we haven't fucking killed each other. I love it.
I'm telling you, it really is a milestone in so many different ways, and I can't wait to share it with everybody and share it with all of you. Take that however you want. You guys are right here in the field, right in the titty. You guys are right there. That's where you guys are at. All right.
Yeah.
Mr. Red Rims, Brian Maxwell, what's up, my man?
Hey, Mr. Red Rims. How you doing, brother? Mr. Red Rims was joining us in Alabama. Birmingham was amazing. We had so much fun over there, man. First ever state-sanctioned bare-knuckle fighting event in Alabama state history. And once again, BKFC delivers not only a stellar card, but stellar finishes. Had some controversial finishes, which this is the sports world. Without controversy, it's not that interesting. Or at least a little controversy. It doesn't have to be completely controversy-ridden, but just a little bit of controversy peppered throughout it makes the steak sizzle.
What does Mr. Eric Bischoff say? Controversy creates
cash. It does. I mean, it's only the title of his fucking book. God.
It is, isn't it? Yeah,
it is. True. It is.
That's
but it was
true.
awesome. But it was awesome. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start right at the tippy top of the card as we go into the fallout of BKFC 17, which ended up becoming a last-minute replacement for Mr. Josh Burns. And it was just incredible. Less than 3 days, they had to do damage control on the card, and they had to switch around Frank Tate to the main event. Which if you're talking about local ticket sales, it was one hell of a smart move. It was one hell of a smart move because the pop for Frank Tate was obviously the biggest pop of the night because he was definitely the draw at the Boutwell Auditorium. But the surprising part was the trouble that Josh Burns had with Frank Tate. We did not expect that. Josh had all of this momentum, had all of this energy going in there saying that my claim has been staked. My claim has been staked as the upcoming #1 contender for the championship. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out that way, and Frank was able to keep him at bay with his distance, which is the smart man's fight.
I don't know. Frank Tate, he's a big dude. He's got a lot of reach.
Dude. He said he's 6'4". I think he's closer to. I think he's bigger than that. Personally, I think he's short selling himself.
It's it was interesting because I knew that it would just completely change. I can't decide what I want it to look like there. I knew it would completely change the entire landscape of that fight. I mean, it was 3 days notice, but at least Frank, obviously he was already preparing for an entirely different fight with Zach Kalmus. I mean, an entirely different fight. And to get thrown in with a veteran of bare knuckle like Josh Burns, obviously it's only his second fight, here for BKFC, but Josh Burns, across the pond, we're talking a seasoned BKFC, seasoned bare knuckle vet. So for him to step in on that again, even with Frank having that camp, and being prepared, just entirely different fucking fight. And of course, I think in everybody's minds, except for maybe his, he was the underdog. I think a lot of people were thinking going into this on paper, Frank was the underdog. Frank didn't think that. Frank didn't know that. You could tell when he came into that fight, he didn't think he was the underdog. He knew that he was going to go in there and business was going to continue as usual. Nothing was going to change. It was just that, hey, they bumped me up to the main event. Hey, I'm fighting a bigger name. This is still going to fucking happen. And that's what he did.
And boy, did it happen.
That's what he did. The third round corner stoppage, 1 minute 1:02 in the third round, man. I mean, I don't know. We haven't seen Josh Burns. I mean, even if you go back and look at some of his UK fights,
it's not that often that you see him at the receiving end of that kind of punishment.
No. And I would encourage people to, if you can find those fights, look it up. He had some tough battles, but I mean, really, man, it was a different spot for Josh Burns to be in. And, I think probably even took him by surprise, it took
the whole bare knuckle world by surprise. Wow. But that definitely, I think that will elevate. Yeah, excuse all the throat clearing. Unfortunately, that's one of the...
CNC, what's up, CNC?
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Never interrupt an announcer. I'm just fucking with you.
Go ahead.
No, what I was saying is that aftermath of doing shows, the sucky thing about it is, especially when you live in South Texas and it's all nothing but allergies and shit in the air, you get all this fucking phlegm in the back of your damn throat and such. It's unfortunately but there are worse things to have after a show. That's for damn sure.
Well, there's a lot of worse things to have stuck in the back of your throat. Let's just be honest.
Oh, well, the problem with you're not reaching it the back of anybody's throat.
I don't even know where to go.
No, yes, you do. Yes, you do. And
Brian Jones, what's up, my man?
The Juggernaut joining us. And may I say that I absolutely did not agree with the doctor stoppage with that fight, man. I absolutely did not.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But yeah, I agree.
I absolutely believe that that could have been closed up, coagulated, and you could have fought on. No problem on that. We'll get to that in just a second, of course. Another upset for a brand new BKFC debuter in the form of the Marine Mike Richmond taking out Birmingham's Marcel Stamps, and in decidedly, dominating fashion as well. But if you remember when he went down that second time, that shoulder. I
didn't look good at all.
Yeah, I do believe that they told me in the ring that he did dislocate his shoulder off of that, so they had to stop that fight because you've got two machine guns, and in a bare knuckle fight, you're not much good to anybody with just one.
No, 100%. And I kind of had a feeling. I've seen several of Mike's fights, and I saw his fight. He fought in Valor. Matter of fact, he fought. Oh my goodness, Jeff, help me! My brain is not working.
It never does. Why should I?
JC Yamas. He fought JC Yamas over Valor.
Yep.
And it was like a weird tie, or it was something fucking weird. They did like a headbutt or something happened in the Valor fight, and we couldn't really see. And
of course, JC Yamas fought for us at BKFC 4.
Correct. He fought Chris Lytle, and where he infamously betted like his whole purse if he couldn't beat Chris in the first round. Do you remember that?
Never a good idea.
Never a good idea. Which he didn't. He didn't beat Chris in the first round. That did not happen. Tom remembers it. I could see him. He's laughing. I could see him. He's shaking his head. I could see him in the green room. But man, to beat somebody, on your BKFC debut, again, obviously he's not a rookie, but in BKFC world he is in a lot of people's eyes. And for him to beat Marcel Stamps, who just everybody had every hope in the world for, like I said, local guy, strong guy, powerful guy, athletic guy. He just challenged Joey Beltran not that long ago. And man, Mike just went through him, and there's no other way to put it. He just went through him. 1 minute, 11 seconds in round one. Again, it was an injury, but I don't know how much would have changed. And that's not a knock on Marcel, but man, Mike just looked good. Mike Richmond looked damn good. He looked strong.
Good. And not only that, he fit the bare knuckle mold.
Oh my God.
He absolutely fits the bare knuckle mold. There are so many people that come into bare knuckle fighting
power of that mustache
with their first.
It's that mustache power, man.
There's quite a lot of mustache power. We're going to actually have a little mustache power joining us a little later on. I'm going to go ahead and throw the cat out of the bag. He will be joining us in just a little bit. We have got ourselves, fresh off of his victory, BKFC 17. That's right, Mr. Tom Shoaff.
Tom, are you ready? Are you ready to go?
Is he ready?
I saw you were eating a little bit. Are you good?
I mean, it's up to him.
He's ready. Okay.
All right. Well, then let me bring him in. Honestly. So fresh off of a gypsy liver punch KO and a beauty. Let's welcome to the Loudmouth Central, my friend, your friend, and everybody's friend, Mr. Tom Shoaff, the panache in the mustache. What the fuck's up, my friend?
What's up?
What's going on? How you guys doing? Mr. Houston, thank you very much for having me on.
Absolutely, brother. Man, I tell you what, and we talked about this, man. So fucking happy for you, Nathan Mitchell, TKO, those body shots were fucking nasty. I haven't sent you that. Like
precise on top of that. They weren't sloppy. They were precise as fuck. I mean, surgeon scalpel precise.
Well, thank you very much.
Do me a favor. Well, I was going to say, do me a favor, Tom, because a lot of people were when you hit him and you got him in the body shots and he went down, and then you just kind of turned around and it's like the camera's like right on you, and you're just kind of like staring off into the crowd or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did you know? Like, you're like, I got him. He's down. Like,
I mean, I hoped. You know, there was a bit of I had a good feeling that it was over. You know, to kind of start this thing fresh. First of all, thank you guys for having me on the show. It's wonderful to see your beautiful faces.
Far too long.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for coming on.
You know, I'm just happy to be back in the winner's circle. You know, I had a game opponent in Nathan, and I was just fortunate to be in my right weight class and have the experience factor on him. But yeah, when I popped him with that jab and his tooth fell out, that was really the beginning of the end for him. You could really see him kind of just be like, oh no, you know, what did I get myself into? And then when I stepped in with those body shots, I knew they connected. You know, it's one of those like Jeff, like you said, they were precise. You know, because he wasn't defending himself. It was he left them wide open.
He left his side wide open for that.
Oh yeah, both of them.
I was amazed.
Yeah, so you know, it's one of those things where like he gave me the opportunity to look as good as I did, and it worked out. When I walked over to the other side, I kind of had the same mentality that I had when I fought Diego the second time. I had hurt Diego early in the first fight, and I got a little cocky, and then I got dropped. In the second fight, when I fought him, every time they got separated, I had to make sure that I didn't lose focus. So I just kind of went back to the corner and just kind of kept my mind's eye on what needed to be done in case the fight kept going. So that was kind of the mentality that I was trying to take with the Nathan Mitchell fight. Was I wanted the fight to be over. I was expecting the fight to be over, but in case it wasn't, I still needed to keep my mind in the right place in case that fight had to keep going. So that's kind of where I was.
First of all, I'm going to go ahead and interject and say, man, you are so fucking tailor-made for 155 pounds.
I think so too.
I think that you are going to cause some fucking damage, man. I swear to God, man, you're going to be like fucking Chris Jericho and fucking Fozzy, man. I
appreciate that reference.
I mean, straight shoot, Tom. Like straight shoot. You know, like we chat sometimes. How many times have I mentioned, man? 155, 155,
absolutely
155.
Dude,
you know, that's been a pretty common theme of with everybody. You know, it's like, look, you need to get back to where you belong. You know, it's like we understand that you can fight these guys at 165, but you don't need to. You know, you belong at 155. And now that I'm there, but I mean, you guys saw, you know, like at 165, I hit people, they walk through it. At 155, I hit people. I take teeth.
They go down.
Precisely. You know, so yeah, 155. I'm going to be here for a little while.
Well, I just think that you're going to cut your teeth in 155, and what's going to happen is that the confidence, the power, the precision, everything is going to fall into place. So when you're ready to step up to 165, you've got all your chess pieces all lined up for a strategical fight at 165, which is going to be that much easier for you. I
agree. I think that makes too much sense.
Well, I tend to do that when I'm sober.
That's fair.
Speaking of which, you know, we had some good times afterwards, even though that I kept trying to move us to the other location because apparently that's where everybody fucking was. And Tom's out there fucking showing off. Tom's showing off with the bitches and everything, man. You know,
please stop it. This is my girlfriend and a friend. You knock that out. You're gonna get me in trouble.
Dude, nobody's going to get you in trouble. You know why? Because you're a fucking superstar. Superstars don't get in trouble. They occur collateral damage.
All right. Well, she heard you.
Wow.
You guys will be best friends.
No. I'm going to tell you something. I owe you. I owe Tom a receipt. I owe Tom a receipt. That's an old wrestling terminology. And Tom, please don't give me 50% power, but I'll take 40% power on the jaw the next time you see me. I fucking deserve it.
No, sir. No, I wouldn't do that to you. I'll let her handle it.
Oh, okay. I gladly. I'm an asshole. I deserve it.
I feel like there's a shit. What's his name? Andy, the guy who used to wrestle women back in the 70s and 80s. Andy Kaufman.
Yeah,
Andy Kaufman. Yeah, I feel an Andy Kaufman moment coming up.
Uh-oh. Somebody get the intergender wrestling champion of the world t-shirt out.
That's the one.
That's the one. Fucking A. But I'm going to tell you, man, the one thing that I have seen as your bare knuckle game evolves, I see so much less cockiness. I see so much more determination. I see so much more. The one thing that I see the most is precision. And I think you proved that without a shadow of a doubt, not only in this fight, but oh my God, man, you were just absolutely gunning for blood when you fought Joe. Now, yes, were there a couple of slips? There were a couple of slips, and you were the first, and you were pissed off at every single one of them. And we saw that, and we understand that. But as far as just getting in there and drawing blood, man, I'm going to tell you, you're doing it better than most, if I may say.
Well, thank you very much. I think that just comes with, losing, like I get in there and I have these killer fights, but I don't win, and I think I'm at the point now where it's like, I've had 2 fight of the night performances and I lost both of them. And we already established that it was a weight class thing. But I think now that I'm in my proper weight class, my mentality isn't, I think before my mentality was survival. I knew I was going against bigger guys. So it's like, look, if you just go out there and perform well and survive, you're doing good. But I think now my mentality has just like you said, I'm out for blood now. Like I've already proved that I can fight. I've already proved that I can survive. Now I want to prove that I can win. I want to prove that I can beat people's asses in dominant fashion. So I think that's kind of where that transition in mentality has come. It's just come from me taking too many losses, man, just getting tired of it, So now I'm coming out and I'm stamping my place in history. You know what I mean? That's really my goal from here on out. I know there's a lot of people trying to do a lot of things in this sport, and there's a lot of people doing a lot of things well in this sport. But my mentality isn't what I'm going to do this year. My mentality is how are these people going to remember me after I'm gone? So that's what I'm taking forward, and that's what I want to leave the ring,
Troubadour shit, man.
Well, I remember, Tom. I remember, like a year ago, you and Mr. Jim Ellis kind of had a back and forth. Is there any possibility of maybe reviving that little whatever? He
don't want this. He don't want that smoke. Jim's scared, man. Jim has been running to every weight class that I am not. The second I said I was done with 65 and moving to 55, he said he was moving to 45. The second I said that, I could probably make 45, let's make this work, he decided that he would have better luck up at 65 because of the performance between Garcia and Elmore. So as far as I'm concerned, it's Jim who needs to fight with me, not the other way around, So I don't think he wants it. I think he knows in his heart and in his soul he doesn't have what it takes to beat me. So if the opportunity arises, send the contract. I'll sign it quick. But I don't think he's that stupid. I don't think he wants this. I really don't, especially not at 155 pounds. I just don't. Would I do it? Absolutely. Do I think he's willing to do it? Not at all.
Confidence. I love it. Well, let's go ahead and touch base on something that is going to be, should be near and dear. Plus, also, you've got your eye on it. What do you think about this upcoming title opportunity between Luis Palomino and Tyler Goodjohn at 155?
I think that's a great way to keep Palomino busy and active against a game opponent and an opponent with a name. I personally just think it gives me an opportunity to keep an eye on my opposition. We haven't seen Palomino fight, with the exception of Elven Burrito. We haven't seen him fight past a round. So it's a good opportunity to see somebody who's built like me, as far as his height, his length. Stylistically, we're similar. I wouldn't say the same, but similar. So it's a good opportunity for me to see how Palomino deals with that type of fight. And it's a good opportunity to see Tyler Goodjohn in a fight that he's actually prepared for, he's actually trained for, and a fight that he wants. I think everybody knows that he went half-assed in that fight against Felony.
He played too much.
He
played too much, and he wanted to show everybody this famous head on a swivel that he's known for.
Right.
And I think he just did that too fucking much.
Yeah, and I don't think he trained for it. It's one thing to be in tip-top shape and be able to put on that type of performance and make it look good. It's another thing to come in shitty shape and be mediocre against a well-known mediocre fighter. So I think it's a good opportunity for us to see a motivated Tyler Goodjohn. I think it's a good opportunity for me to see how Palomino fights somebody who's long and who's tall. And I think it's a great fight for the division. It brings attention to what we're doing. We don't have a lot of people at 155 pounds. We don't have a lot of names at all at 155 pounds that Palomino hasn't already walked through, and until I start racking up a bigger record at 155 pounds, we're not really going to have much of anything going on. So let's get these guys going. Let's get them fighting, let's get that contract signed. And if something happens with Goodjohn's work visa, just call me. Just let me know. I'll be in shape. I want to get on that card. I want to get another fight right away because I didn't take any damage in the last one.
You look fresh.
Yeah, precisely. So if I can stay in shape and be ready and be able to slide in, if somebody gets injured or somebody can't make it, let's do it.
Can I play devil's advocate because this is Loudmouth Fisticuffs and we're all
No, you can't. Be quiet.
You can't be on my side.
Listen, this is all about devil's advocate,
someone
right?
If you can do something, Jesus.
Hush up, Jeff. Hush up.
Fuck you.
So the Palomino Tyler Goodjohn fight, and let me preface this with saying that I think it'll be an interesting fight. My qualm isn't about the fight itself, but so with booking this title fight with Tyler Goodjohn, the fight with Felony that he had was at like a weird catch weight. It was at like 140 or 150 or something. It wasn't at like a real
150.
Okay, yeah. It was at a catch weight, right, at 150. And
I think so.
Again,
no. It was at 55. Remember, because we did the after show, and I asked him. I said, "Hey, are you staying at 55? Right. Or are you going down to 45?" He's like, "No, man, I'm going to go down to 45." Because I told you, I was going to tell him like, "Yo, you want to stay at 55? We can get it." But he said he was moving to 45. So I was like, all right, I'll leave it alone.
That's right.
I'm pretty sure that fight was at 55. But anyway, I didn't mean to cut you off. Back to you.
No. I think it was 50 though. I'll double check. You could be right.
Okay. No, I mean, either way.
But I think it was 50. But yeah, either way, right? So, the performance against Felony, and I guess you can, whatever I've heard that he was sick weeks leading up to that. I've heard, he just maybe didn't take Felony as seriously. I've heard several different things from several different people. I don't know the 100% truth, right? He does, I don't know, but do you still give somebody with the performance that he gave? And this is out to everybody out there and social media world. Everybody's commenting
in TB land.
Do you give the title shot to Goodjohn? Should it be based off of that performance, or is it based off of what he could do? Because that seems like what we did. It seems like we gave him the title shot based off of his potential. But
yes.
What if, big what if here, let's face it, BKB, I'm not shitting on Goodjohn at all. I'm not doing that. But BKB is a smaller pond, right? So there's
smaller pond with shittier fighters.
It's a smaller pond. BKFC, we've seen it's a different level. It's different caliber, right? So I guess I'm just trying to figure out how do we come to this decision of giving Goodjohn that title fight, and that may piss some people off that I'm questioning that, but that's just how I feel.
No, I agree with you.
I don't know if I fully agree. I like the fight in general. I just don't know. I just don't know if it was fair to put him in that position just simply based off of his potential.
Yeah, no, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I don't think you can give anybody anything based on possibility of potential. I think that that's a ridiculous foundation in which to build anything off of. That being said, look at the 155-pound division. All right, you've got like 6 guys, honestly. It's Palomino, Goodjohn, myself, Isaac Valley Flag, Melvin Gillard sometimes. Then those two guys, that one guy from Italy, and then the dude that he just fought recently, and then a couple of real low-level guys that fought like 2 or 3 cards ago. There's really nobody in the 155-pound division. And the people who are in the division that have a name, he's already fought.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's already beat him. So what makes the most sense for the promotion, what makes the most sense for the ticket buyers is the Good John fight. He's a big name. He's a European champ, and he has the potential to perform really well when he's motivated. We don't know if he was motivated for the felony fight. We don't know if he was sick. My personal opinion, he was in Vegas fucking off doing whatever Europeans do their first time in the United States, and he wasn't training for a fight. That's my opinion on the situation. Is it an opinion? Yes. Is it true? Absolutely not. But I think that's where the company is with this situation is there's nobody else for Lewis to fight. Like there's no other viable options that are going to sell tickets. And to be completely honest, I think that's why they put that fight on a fight card with 3 other title fights. Right. Because they need those fights to be able to sell the card. You can't sell that individually. We haven't built up a big enough name yet. The fighters haven't built up a big enough name or a big enough reputation to be able to sell a pay-per-view.
So it has to be on a
stack
card.
Main eventing it,
exactly.
You know?
So therefore, that's where the genius of the stack card comes up. May not make the biggest sense to the intelligent bare knuckle fan because they're going to pick it apart and dissect it and say, does this person deserve this or have they earned that and such? But as we're in building procedure, which we absolutely are, we're building the product. I mean, we're just reaching 3 years. You know, it's important to have these stack cards because these are the stack cards that people remember. And yes, Tyler is unproven, you know, on U.S. soil as of right now. He's only got the one, but there's one fight that I'm going to tell you that is definitely, in my opinion, as far as a resume fight, man, I'm going to tell you that was a fucking war that he had against Sean George.
Yes. Yeah. That was the fight that made me know who Tyler Goodjohn was. Honestly and truly. I had no clue who he was. And then I saw that Sean George fight. Well, I'm friends with Sean George on Facebook.
Well, Sean George was the better fighter going into that.
I agree.
He was the more seasoned veteran going into that fight against Tyler. Tyler was definitely, you know, he wasn't a greenhorn in comparison, but he definitely was looked at all across the board as the underdog going into that fight.
I agree.
But that was a hell of a fight.
It was a hell of a fight. No, that was,
and it was a good documentary. If any of y'all have seen the documentary Unbroken, great expose on Tyler Goodjohn and all the shit, you know, and all the drama that goes on behind the scenes. And yes, is it a lesser bare knuckle promotion than bare knuckle fighting championship? I don't know if I would call it lesser. It's just that we have really adapted to what a mainstream promotion should look like. And I believe that that's what bare knuckle fighting.
I think it is. I'll say it. I think it is.
Yeah. No, I would have to agree with you on that. Like I said,
I'm not shitting on. Like again, I'm not shitting on the fighters.
Me neither.
I think with Tyler being from Europe and us not really being big followers, I say us as like the proverbial American fan, not really having an idea of what happens over there on that side of the pond. You know, I think that kind of puts us at a slight disadvantage when it comes to the fandom of the sport. And I think maybe that's why why he doesn't get the credit that he feels he deserves. But I think, you know, as well as we do, the only thing we can go off is the performances that we've seen, you know, and the one performance we've seen of Tyler was against Felony. And I've made the argument before and I'll make it again. Felony is known to be a mediocre fighter, and he came out and put on a mediocre performance against a mediocre fighter, you know. So does he have potential? Yeah. But like we said earlier, can you bank on a title fight because of potential? No.
Yeah, you know, and like I said, I think he's probably training his ass off as we speak, because I'm sure even deep down he knows that, you know, it wasn't what everybody expected. You know, I think I even talked to him about this like right after the fight, speaking of Tyler. So I'm sure he's probably busting his ass right now because he doesn't want there's no way he's going to let it happen again to where he comes in underprepared. You know, could he still lose? Sure. But I don't think it's going to be because of being underprepared, I guess is my point. So
yeah, he'll lose because he was not the better fighter. For
sure. Right.
For
right.
sure. If he loses, I can't really say he's going to go out there and lose. But for all we know, he come out and starch Lewis quick.
It'll be interesting.
Make things exciting.
I mean, it's some interesting fights, right? Because and Zion brought this up too. You know, the Uli and Thiago Alves fight. That's got a lot of potential to it, right? The grizzled veteran and Thiago Alves, fucking tough as fucking nails, and then this fucking out of nowhere seemingly superstar out of Miami, you know, Uli Diaz, like with the fucking 3-second knockout out of nowhere. We got these weird elements coming together in Miami, and it's very combustible.
That's what's going to be really peculiar, man. I think.
No 3-second knockout there. That's for fucking sure. That's not happening.
Not to sidetrack from Uli and Alves, but depending on how many Europeans come over to Miami for this fight, like we're gonna have a Conor Khabib moment in Miami, man. We're gonna have a bunch of Cubans coming running up on all of the Europeans. It's gonna be an extravaganza.
Ooh, man! So
let's get back to Uli Diaz and Thiago Alves.
Zion says Tom shouldn't be a title fight. So what Zion is saying, because they both have fights at 85 and 95.
Yeah,
this title fight is at 175, which neither of them have fought
before, right?
What do you think? Again, do you kind of give it the same treatment as the Good John Palomino fight, whereas it's still a newer company? There really is nobody else. These are two names, like I said, the veteran and then this rising superstar, and you throw them together. Is it you give it the same treatment, like the same kind of level of, I guess, forgiveness of, well, even though they've never fought at that weight class, fuck it, it's going to be fireworks.
You know, I think the mentality that the organization has to take is we're less than 20 shows in.
Right.
You know, we've got less than 100 people on our, like, probably less than 50 people to be legitimate competitors. There's probably less than 50 solid competitors on their roster, and they've got 10 weight classes, you know? So it's like, look, we've got to figure out who fits this the best, not only for the sport and for our organization, but for the fans and what they want to see and how that's going to get put on. If Thiago can make 175, which we know he can, and Uli can make 175, which we're sure we can, then they've both had stellar performances. Why not go out and have them put on a show, get a belt, have it solidified, have the name down, and then it's like, okay, let's build the roster from here. I don't think it's any different than what they did with the heavyweight tournament.
It's nothing different.
Like they did this. They did the same thing. They built a promotion off of one tryout and a heavyweight tournament. Sure. And they've built everything off of that. If they can build a promotion off of that philosophy, I think they can build a weight class off that philosophy.
Well, the biggest philosophy about promotional work, especially now, is attending to those who have attention spans that can only be measured in nanoseconds. You know, it's not done the same way. It's not about who is the better fighter. It's about who's the better seller, who's the better ticket pusher, who is the best person demographically to put on this fucking card. And if we're in Miami, Thiago Alves and Uli Diaz, Jesus Christ, that's as Miami as Miami gets. That's
the whole state of Florida.
peanut butter and fucking jelly right there.
Right.
Jesus.
Yeah. No, I agree. So like it. So to get back to what Zion was saying, like, yeah, bro, you got a point. Like, I don't dispute that in any way, shape, or form. They should have a tournament, or they should have guys who have actually competed at
they are.
Class.
They're having a tournament for 75.
They are.
Oh, are they?
Mike
if
Richmond.
That's the case. If they're having a tournament for 75, then I don't think they should do a title fight.
The Marcel Stance Mike Richmond fight was in the 75 tournament, I believe.
No, it wasn't. No, It was
That's what they build it as.
Nope, because they fought at 180 pounds. They fought at 180.
You're talking about Mike Richmond and Marcel Stamps?
Yes, that was not a 175-pound tournament qualifier. That was 180 pounds. That was changed.
Oh, wow.
Just like, of course, the main event, because, Frank Tate stepped in, so it was no longer a heavyweight title eliminator.
Well, I mean, I assume that because
Thank you, Howie.
Yes, the
Howie is
whole
correct.
heavyweight series up, man. The heavyweight rankings are a mess right now because of Frank Tate.
He shook it up. That's for damn sure.
Yes, he did, man. And
interesting.
I've never seen a man that big be that discombobulated after a fight. And this is no disrespect towards Josh Burns in any way, shape, or form, but that man was on Queer Street for hours after that fight. He was not in good shape. Frank Tate put a whooping on him. I mean, kudos to Josh for being able to not go out, to have the wherewithal about him to stay conscious throughout the whole thing. But he probably took about 10 too many shots, and you could tell all throughout the night, man. He was not in a good place.
Oh, he was showing color. He had half a crimson mask on, so absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Josh, you're starting to look like an oil painting at a Slayer concert. You don't fucking fit, man. Jesus Christ. Look at you over there. My name is Josh. I ask questions and I wear a blue shirt. The fuck, man?
What's wrong with my blue shirt? There's nothing wrong with this blue shirt.
It's a beautiful blue shirt.
Thank you, Tom.
Tom, stop stroking his ego. It's not going to do you any good. You're welcome.
Tom's just a natural, nice person, unlike you, Jeff.
Well, I don't have to.
He's a naturally nice person, okay? He's a good-hearted person.
He's a good-hearted person. My name's Josh. I have a blue shirt.
Who would make fun of somebody calling somebody a good-hearted person? Who would do that? This guy.
Apparently, the man in the middle. I'm sick of sitting bitch right now.
Let's see that. Let's see that chest a little bit more. Let's see it.
No, you've seen it once enough. You don't need this.
I'll do it if you do it. I'll do it if you do it.
I'm going to tell you something. You want to see viewership drop? Go ahead and take off that.
If you do it.
Oh my God! Look at that, man! Jesus Christ, man!
Show me a little skin. I'll show you a little skin.
The light side of the moon over there under blue. Shit.
I gotta agree. Yeah, this
is sexy in here.
I appreciate that, Tom.
Yeah, pasty is sexy. Yeah. No. This fucking golden glow is sexy.
There you go. Look, we just saw some. So you said you want to get back in. You want to get back in as soon as possible. It's like you feel good, you feel fresh, no injuries, you weren't hurt, nothing.
This was the most. Where is it? That was the most damage that I took.
Not bad.
So if they called you up,
from his tooth.
If you got a call from Papa Dave tomorrow and said, "Tom, I need you on the BKFC 18 card," your response is,
"Send that contract. Let's go." Say, who's my victim? Yep. That's all I want to know, man.
He needs to be on that card. That, like I said, that's going to be a high-profile card, and you want to.
Especially, I feel like there's a couple of things going in my favor to get me on this card. The first thing is it's a high-profile card, and there's 4 title fights. Yeah. So they're almost guaranteeing action. They're incentivizing the fact that there's going to be an action-packed card.
Yeah.
I just came off a really good victory in my proper weight class.
Yep.
And it just so happens that there's a title fight at that weight class on this card. And on top of that, it's me. I've never had a shitty performance ever in my career.
Ever.
So you're putting on the idea of this exciting card in Miami, and you wouldn't think to put the most exciting fighter that you have on the roster on the card? That just seems silly to me. So, yeah, to answer your question, I absolutely want to be on that card. I absolutely intend on getting a fight on that card. And if that means that I got to call somebody in England to go club Tyler Goodjohn's knees so that I can fight Luis Palomino, I might have to do that.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I want to get on that card. I want to be there. I want to be there. I want to perform, and I want to make my staple in this sport.
I can give you Ted DiBiase's number. He might be able to do something for you.
Everybody's got a price.
That's what
everybody's got a price.
No, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, it makes sense. Once again, if we're talking about, as you said, with your fancy word, incentivizing, which you're absolutely right, you're talking about capitalizing on an opportunity, on a stack card with an exciting fighter. And if we're lucky enough to possibly get you a fucking Miami fighter on top of that, which would be that much better.
That would be great. Yeah, let me go beat up a hometown kid.
That's what I'm saying,
Please.
man. Right there. The hot streak that you're on right now, definite possibility to put something like that together. Ooh, man, that would just drive up.
I'm trying to think who's a Florida guy, 55.
A Floridian.
I'm trying to think of the top of my head.
We already established that they don't have that many people at.
That's the problem.
You know who they do have in Florida who fights at 155 pounds?
Who's that now?
Jim fucking Allers.
Ooh.
Now, that they do. That they do.
Now, that is interesting. We talked about that. We talked about that at the beginning, and yet here we are, full circle in the conversation, right back to the bare knuckle beast.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So
well, I know he's been.
Punch him in his fucking mouth.
I know he's been in some kind of shape because I just saw pictures. He did like a jiu-jitsu tournament or something recently.
Right, well,
so
good. Well, I can tell you right now, I got on the mats for the first time yesterday in about 4.5 months. And jiu-jitsu shape is not boxing shape.
Right.
Because I was dying.
Yeah.
Sweating.
So, just fucking different.
Anyway.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's a fight. That's a fight that could absolutely be
Tom
made.
could fight Elven at 55.
I
Elven
love
Burrito.
Elven. I don't want to fight Elven. Now, if the paycheck's nice enough, I will fight Elven. I will call him first and we will talk about it.
Sure.
You know. But yeah, no, like I don't want to fight Elven. Plus, he's doing good things at 65. Like, why would he?
Yeah, he is.
Just to fight
he really is.
I think him and Joe kind of have a destiny at 65. Him and Joe.
I couldn't agree more. You know, I think that they really have a, like you said, that's where their road is going to, and I wish him the best of luck. Maybe after he wins the 65 title and I win the 55 title, we can conglomerate something on that. You know, have a catch 160 and see what happens. I don't have a clue, but as far as the Elven Burrito fight, would it be a beautiful fight? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do I want to do it? No. He's doing good things at a different weight class. I'm doing good things at 55, and we'll cross that bridge when the time comes.
Oh, man, I'm foaming at the right mouth right now. You heard it right here. Loudmouth Fisticuffs. The possibility of making this together. Tom Shoaff.
There he is.
Speak
of the devil.
And there's Mr. Burrito right there. Speak of the devil. But Tom Shoaff and the bare knuckle beast Jim Allers. Let's get it signed. Let's get it sealed. Yeah. Let's get it delivered. Let's give everybody what they want. And that's a competitive, in-your-face fight. I love it.
Yo,
Jim really likes to come forward and get punched, you know, and I like to move forward and punch people. So
it's
hopefully
a good match.
We can move forward, punch each other, and you know, I get the victory.
And I'm gonna tell you something. You have been. There's a difference between being knocked down and being floored.
True.
You have not been floored since you have been in the squared circle. You have not been floored. You have been knocked down. Maybe there was even a trip that even matched with the knockdown. But as far as floored, you have yet to be floored by any opponent here in the squared circle and bare knuckle fighting championship. So therefore, with that on your resume and with this very impressive win, dude, it just makes sense. All the stars are in alignment for this fight.
I couldn't agree more. I think it's going to have to happen now. Somebody better tag what's his face and let him know that
hashtag
if he wants to come back to this
somebody
sport,
tag Jim.
He's going to come through me.
I see there's a bunch of y'all out there. Somebody tag Jim Ellers.
Start letting people know, man. Get on all those
I'll wait for the janitor comments.
Tom, are you going to the Hall of Fame ceremony? Are you going?
Yeah.
Are you?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm. It's gonna be a long drive, but we'll be there.
Yeah. We're doing our 50th episode live on site. So.
Oh, beautiful! Are you guys doing it at the tryouts or at the ceremony?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and release exactly where we're going to be starting. That's for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and for those of you who are not tied into a strap-on, let me tell you what's going on. It's going to be.
And he's not talking about rocket. He's not talking about a strap-on rocket, folks. I'm just saying.
Rectal rocket, whatever you want to call it. I don't care, man. But the point is that we are going to be emanating from the William Muldoon training barns.
Okay.
We are going to be on hollow ground. We are going to be on sacred ground, and we are going to be transitioning in guests 10 minutes at a time. And we usually go for 90 minutes, so that just gives you some kind of a minimal scope of what episode number 50 is going to be. And not only that, we also have the opportunity, and we've talked about this a little bit, we have the opportunity to transition while we're live from the training barns over to the palatial Rocky II training ring, which is just literally right across the street from where the training barns are. Not even, a parking lot away. That's how close they are together. So the possibilities of our live broadcast in episode number 50 could blow your fucking mind.
It'll blow something, all right.
Yeah, I bet you like that.
As long as you're not strapped in.
No, the pasty boy in the blue shirt loves to blow things. I know you do.
Not bad. I'll bring my dice.
Hey, I take high offense to that. I'm not pasty.
Man. I know what you do, man. You got the shades drawn like a prison movie.
I'm not pasty. I take offense to that comment in particular.
All right, fine. You're allergic.
That remark.
Fine. You're allergic to the sun. How's that?
The other ones, I'm not offended by, but that one I'm offended by. All right.
Well, cry me a river, Argentina.
Well, Evita, right? That's the Madonna movie,
Whatever.
right?
God,
Am I right?
I can't fucking talk to you, Jesus.
I mean, you're like aren't you the movie aficionado?
Well, apparently you're not. Tom, you know that we invited you over to our nightmare where the water is warm. You know Loudmouth Fisticuffs, and you know that we go off the rails every fucking second that we get an opportunity to.
Of course, absolutely, yeah. I mean, that's how we keep things interesting, you know?
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're gonna run out of shit to talk about.
No.
You fucking have to, man. Well, I tell you what, Tom, if you're ever so intrigued, we were I guess we could still break down. We got a few more fights left on the card from the 17. We can break down a few more fights on it. Obviously, we talked about your fight. We had talked about Richmond and Marcel Stamps, which, by the way, I got to know, have you and Mike Richmond, have y'all's mustaches ever been in the same room before?
They have been in the same room together. They've actually been in fairly close vicinity of each other.
Oh, my God.
And it was fortunate that they were respectful. You know, they didn't have anything to say. They weren't really bad-mouthing each other. It was a lot of nodding and well done. And as far as that went. But,
could you like, across the building, did you have like a mustache radar? Like you knew he was in the vicinity? Like it just started like a spidey sense and you just like.
Almost.
It's like
Not
the fucking
Spidey sense.
No, it's like the fucking scene in Jaws.
That Spider-Man meme where the two Spider-Mans are standing at each other in the grass like that?
Yes.
That's what it was like when I walked into the hotel. I walked in and I ran into Sean Wheelock and Chris. And they're like, "Oh, Tom, mustache man." They're like, "Hey, Mike's right here." And Mike kind of turned around and I pointed at him and he pointed back at me.
That's funny.
Man, it was one of those.
Oh, dude. It's like the fucking Jaws movie, man. He's like, I got that beat. I got that beat, man. You could just see the sweat and perspiration from that. You could almost even see the mustaches like moving the face forward. Like, come on, motherfucker. Come on.
So,
this thing's got a mind of its own, man.
I believe it.
Well, hey, I gotta know then. Who has the better mustache?
Oh, it's Mr. Shoaff by a mile. Mr. Shoaff by a mile. Mr. Shoaff has had more bare knuckle blood on his mustache than Mike Richmond.
True. Yeah, mine's got a little more dye to it, you know. So, I gotta say mine. You know, it's just
I would too because I can barely
biased.
see. I can only see one little remnants of what used to be your upper lip. Now, over just a little bit of more time, man, it's gonna be fucking Sam Elliott country, man. We're not gonna even know that you have a fucking upper lip.
That's what I want in life. I want some Sam Elliott on my face.
Fuck yeah. Ooh, oh my God.
Who else?
Roadhouse 2 in your face. Oh, no.
I was gonna say your buddy Eddie, right? Your buddy Eddie, his mustache is pretty fucking killer too.
Yeah.
Eddie probably has the best mustache in the fight game. Hands down. He legitimately has
It's pretty good.
Sam Elliott that goes damn near to his ears.
Yeah.
Like, it's big.
Yeah, but if we're talking about overall mustache, if we're talking not only anybody who steps into the ring, into the cage, it doesn't matter if we're looking at the overall mustache. I don't think anybody beats Mike Beltran.
I'm gonna have to show you this, Tom. Okay.
I don't think
Mike Beltran.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to show you this comment.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't think anybody.
I got
beats
him
Mike
confused
Beltran.
with Joey for a second. I was
we're talking.
No, you're right.
braided
Yeah,
mustache.
Mikey's got a hell of a mustache. That thing's.
The New York Tudors says if this fighting thing doesn't work out, Shoaff can be Playgirl Centerfold of the Year.
I could what?
They want you to be in
If this fighting
Playgirl.
thing doesn't work out, I can be. Did you hear that, babe? I can be Playgirl Centerfold of the Year.
You can just hear the HBK.
Hey!
You could just hear the HBK
Yeah, I need to get a
music in the
tan though.
back.
I'm like, you think fucking Josh is white? Nuh-uh. Wrong. I'm pasty white.
I mean, I was kind of shooting for it, but I tell you this, Tom, if you get it before me,
I'll tell you what. If they even offer it to me, I'll tell them that I won't do it unless they include you.
no,
I'm like, we have
Tom.
to do it. It
Tom,
has
you
to be
won't.
a couple shoots.
Josh, I hate
Tom.
to burst your bubble. I hate to burst your bubble, but you're not going to fit into a centerfold, Josh.
Listen,
you'd be
listen
like a quadruple fold.
Friend the friend, Tom, I want you to take that gig before me. If it gets offered, you take it, buddy. Okay.
Of course he will, man. They'll even
tell
redo
the New York Tudors to put in a good word for me.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
They'll even redo HBK's theme music. Oh, Tom, I think I'm cute.
People are like, what the fuck?
They will, man.
The fuck is going on?
I know what the fuck's going on. You're going to end up being the Playgirl quadruple fold of the year. Fuck centerfold.
Well, shit. Hey, does that mean I get 4 times the pay? Because I'll fucking do it.
No, but you get.
That means I get 4. If I cover 4 pages, goddamn, that's.
I agree. It's kind of like if you need 2 seats at the airport.
The only reason that you cover 4 pages is because of obvious topography, not the one that the women are looking for.
That's all. Hey, I don't care what they're looking for as long as I get paid. I don't give a shit. Look at this face.
Money.
Quadruple fold of the year.
Hey, it can be a pull. It can be a pull out of a pull out. Like when you pull it out, it just keeps going. That's fine.
That's you, Mr. Pullout.
Hey, bro, that's the way to be.
Well, it is. I mean, less
child
support. Less child support. That's for sure. Yep.
This is true.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody asked for that.
All right. So next up, we're going to go ahead. Shut the.
Who would buy it? I mean, everybody would buy it, Howie. Okay.
Right. Which everybody was thinking was going to be one of the fight of the nights. It was just, I think, a dominating performance, man. Lorenzo Hunt literally putting on a clinic against Josh Dyer. I was very surprised how he was able to cut off Josh. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised with Lorenzo. He's a fantastic fighter. He's a smart fighter. He's not about fighting harder. He's about fighting smarter. And, I mean, even though that he will fight hard if called upon to do so, but it's just amazing how he just beat Josh to the punch at almost every intersection and opportunity that he got during the fight.
Yeah.
He really did, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Josh. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like Jeff said, on paper, this had a lot of things, a lot of expectations on it.
Potential.
It's just Josh never got going. He could just never get started, and Lorenzo took full fucking advantage of it, as he should. He took full advantage of it, and
but there was a feel out round, and the Alabama crowd got a little restless. In fact, the only boos that echoed throughout the Boutwell Auditorium throughout the night were in round number 2. But anybody who's watched Lorenzo's fights knows that there is a feel out round.
Yeah.
There is a feel out round where he's gauging shit, and then he pulls the trigger, usually in round 3.
Yeah. Let's see. New York Tudors also says Lorenzo has the most elaborate walkouts.
Dude, he was fucking Superman this time around, man. Jesus Christ, man.
He had the dancers with him, right? Was that him?
He had the dancers, and he flew over them. But what was amazing, it's usually when somebody does anything in the air, there's like some kind of awkward face. He had complete control over his face as he was like flying over. And I'm just like, dude, that's an entertainer right there. I don't know if I could do that. I'd look goofy as fuck trying to do that shit. And here he is with the confidence in his face doing something like that. I'm like, dude, not only is he a fighter, but he's an entertainer. And those are the people that make money. But I'm going to tell you one thing, Tom. I think that you are an exception to that rule because I'm going to tell you, you're great on the mic. You're fantastic on the mic, and you know that you're good on the mic. But what is going to do it for you and what is going to do it for the fight fans is your fucking precision, man. I just still think, man, everybody has their talent in bare knuckle fighting championship once you have so many fights under your belt. And I think what does it for you and what gets people so excited about you is that absolute precision, not backing off, but staying in the pocket and looking your enemy straight in the fucking eye, man. I mean, honestly, you've got Lorenzo, who's the entertainer, and then you've got you, man, you were born to toe the line.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt about that.
I'm serious.
I like to think of myself as like a bit of a sniper when I fight. I like to be accurate. I like to very similar to Lorenzo. Lorenzo is an athletic human being, and he's a workhorse. He can work for hours, but he wants to work harder, not smarter. So he's gonna almost Yoel Romero you. He's going to lull you to sleep. He's going to do these kind of weird motions and movements, and then boom, he's going to
throw you off your fucking game because you don't know where he's going.
Precisely. Well, that's what he did to Josh. Josh just couldn't get a read on him, and then he got clipped, and it was all catch up after that. And Josh is in stellar shape, and so you could tell he could hang in there. He could kind of keep up, but he could never catch up.
Right.
So I'm of the same mentality. I like to work smart, not hard.
That, by the way.
That is. Hey, Josh, put that comment on Howie right there. Not the most recent one, but the one right above it. Hell yeah, that's the fight that I want to see. Dakota Cochran and Lorenzo Hunt. Dude, that
would be good.
That's a fucking barn burner because both of those guys, if you're talking about overall toughness, and Dakota is the one that's the most unassuming out of all of them. You take one look at Dakota and you look at his build. It's unlike any fucking fighter in BKFC history. And he's also the one, because the fact that he's so low key, he's going to get overlooked. And he's the last.
He's just that country boy fucking strong. He's
the last motherfucker that you should overlook.
I think that Dakota might be the only person in the division that would take the fight to Lorenzo.
I agree.
Everybody is always trying to play the outside with Lorenzo. I think Dakota's the only person that would walk him down. Like, not to say that Lorenzo couldn't handle it.
Right.
Just saying that Dakota is of the mentality and of the style where he's going to push forward and he's going to pressure you until one of you breaks. We saw that when he fought Chris Lieben. I saw that man fight Chris Lieben, get the decision, walk in the back, and collapse. Like, walked into the back room and just collapsed limp on the floor, heaving. Like, I've never seen anybody put that much effort into a fight ever in my life. So you take that sort of mentality and you go put him up against Lorenzo, that's fight of the year.
Well, per Chris Lieben, he said Dakota was the hardest punch he's ever taken. Was from Dakota Cochran. So
and that's saying something.
That's got to mean something.
Considering this is the same man who called out Wanderlei Silva. So yeah.
Speaking of which, that's a ballsy thing to do.
Hopefully,
Wanderlei trying to kill people.
Hopefully, we're going to see him in 2021 as well. I know Papa Dave has been talking about bringing in the axe murderer. I mean, there's been all kinds of teases. He's been coming to events and such, and it's only a matter of time until we get the axe murderer in. We're just hoping, for his sake, of course, that all brain scans coming in are nice and clean, because I know that he's been through a lot of fucking wars, and there's been CTE speculation on Wanderlei Silva. So most important thing, regardless of what kind of money is there, we just got to make sure that everything is okay upstairs so his quality of life can continue.
100%.
New York Tutors says Shoaff was the only bare knuckler who correctly predicted Allers versus Palomino.
Hey, there it is.
Oh,
wow.
May not be the best at actually boxing, but I know the sport pretty well.
I would think so. Yeah. Yeah. I may have been there from moment one, but I'm sitting on my biscuit, never having to risk it. You're in there doing the actual fucking work. All I'm doing is just letting people know, hey, this is Tom fucking Shoaff, but he's going to take you the rest of the way.
Well, you can't have one without the other, my friend. One hand washes the other in this business.
Yeah, but they're paying to see you, man. They're paying to see
I
you
wouldn't go
as they
that far.
should.
I've seen those shoes, homie.
Oh, don't get me started, because the minute you say shoes, I smell Scott Brooks.
Scott's going to come walking in.
You know what?
Howie, text Scott. Howie, text Scott.
Shut up. I swear to God, if that starts happening, it's going to be like that fucking house party movie. You smell something? I definitely smell something. I smell pussy.
How does Tom Shoaff predict Palomino versus El Tornado? Good John.
It's Tornado, not Tornado.
I don't know if he really gave a solid prediction. I mean, we talked about it. I guess if you had the gun to your head prediction, what would be your prediction for that fight?
Yeah.
Well, I think it comes back to the conversation that we had earlier about potential.
Yeah.
The only thing that I have to go off of is the felony fight.
Yeah.
And if that Tyler shows up, it's going to be a very short night. Palomino's going to ruin him.
Yep.
If the Tyler that shows up that fought Sean George shows up,
war.
That is, I don't even have words for that. Like that is, yeah, that's just something else. That's out of this world. I couldn't give you an answer on that. Where I stand right now, with just the little bit that I've seen, I don't think you bet against the champ. Just plain and simple. Palomino's the champ. Palomino's been hungry. He's been calling people out for a long time. He's been asking for fighters, wondering why he hasn't gotten a contract, things like that. Yeah. You know,
well, Good John has to beat Palomino. Palomino doesn't have to beat Good John.
Precisely, you know. So yeah, I don't think you can ever bet against the champ, you know. And plus, like, Palomino's a monster. You know, it's not even just the fact that he's a champ. He's a talented fucking dude. You know, so Good John's good. He's super talented as well. But yeah. I think we touched on this the last time we talked about this. BKFC and BKB aren't the same fucking sport.
Right.
Like you can't clinch in BKB. Your hands are wrapped in BKB. Like there's a lot of things that you can't do in BKB, and that's where Tyler Goodjohn has all of his experience.
Yeah.
You know, you can run around carrying fucking sandbags all you want, but until somebody grabs you by the back of your fucking head and puts knuckles in your eye socket, you don't have a fucking clue what you're getting yourself into, man.
Exactly. Plus, in the squared circle, I mean, you're going to have a hell of a time trying to find a corner in a circle. And you know, it doesn't happen. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, you got to keep it moving. You got to keep it moving. I mean, it's literally centrifugal force that's taking place when it comes to bare knuckle fighting, and that's what I've seen this far. So the minute that you put it in a ring, like I said, dynamics, the entire scape of the fight completely fucking changes. I think that's why Valor is not going to succeed, because I think it has a fatal flaw in the ring design with the pit on that 45-degree embankment, because the minute that you fight onto that embankment, the fight is stopped and recentered. So the momentum for an all-out war is automatically fucking killed. No, it's killed. It's fucking killed is what it is. I mean, if you're going to do a pit, something like that, make it like solid walls and kind of like a sunken pit.
Yeah, definitely.
Where you got fucking walls to fight up against. But the minute you have an embankment, like I said, you think that you're going to get something like Artem Lobov and Jason Knight taking place in the pit? Oh, fuck no. No. Not happening. Not happening. So that's why that's why I love BKFC. And that's one of the reasons we talked about this before, is that the first time that I felt that BKFC was going to be something is when I first stepped into the squared circle and saw how unique that fighting platform was. And I mean, how many times, Josh, do you actually see a debut event with a custom ring so impressive like the squared circle was? I can't think of one. Neither can I. Maybe when the UFC debuted with the cage.
Yeah,
I mean, that's got to be the closest comparison that you can find. But that's when I knew, when I stepped foot in and I saw the craftsmanship, and I also saw how the ring is structured to actually contain the fight. I was like, wow, this is going somewhere.
Yeah, that was probably one of the, I think, most impressive things that I had also noticed going into that first card. Going to Cheyenne and seeing just that. It wasn't a boxing ring. It wasn't an MMA cage. They had specifically thought this out, designed this, and planned this for this sport.
Yep.
That makes a huge difference. It literally puts it on its own platform. It makes
it stands on its own two legs. It stands on its own two legs. I mean, it doesn't stand on the shoulders of anything else, like so many other sports or whatever their fight surfaces are. Like, no matter what kind of MMA promotion you have, the cage will always stand on the shoulders of the UFC. No matter what. We stand alone on our own 2 feet with the squared circle as far as fight surfaces.
Real quick too, I guess let's just move forward a little bit. I want to talk about fight of the night, Bobo O'Bannon against Zach
Wow, was
Kalmus.
that surprising? Wow, was that surprising? And oh my God, did you see the aftermath, man? All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. Ouch. Ouch.
Yeah, that was a tough fight to watch, man. That was not nearly on the scale of Lopez Beltran, but it gave you those same kind of vibe.
That same energy.
That just guys that just wanted to go out and just put it on the line and scrap. It was
my God. Hats off to fucking Zach Kalmus for just showing nothing but fucking heart. Unfortunately, the fatal flaw in his plan was he gassed out. He went out. He went out there, Ultimate Warrior style, man. And unfortunately, with Bobo was able to weather the storm because Bobo's that kind of grizzled.
I was gonna say that's the kind of fight Bobo likes. Bobo likes that kind of shit.
Yep.
So right. when they switched everything up, now that style against Frank Tate, the original matchup.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe that would have been a form of kryptonite to Frank Tate. Maybe that would have been, because it's different, right? Throwing Bobo into that mix, it's like Bobo's like, no, I love this shit.
My backyard. This is my backyard.
Yeah, like you want to fucking stand here and just trade and bang? That's my game. And that's that's what happened, and it was amazing. It was brutal. It was beautiful violence, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. It was something
beautiful. No, that's a very astute observation. It was beautiful violence. Absolutely.
It was something, and I think fight of the night, definitely right call, 1,000%.
Yeah, it was an appropriate call for sure. They both wanted it. It's one of those situations where they just wanted it. They didn't care who won. They didn't care who lost. They wanted to go out and fight.
Yeah.
Like, that was it. Talking to him before the fight, talking to him after the fight. You could see it during the fight.
Yeah.
They didn't care. They were taking shots and throwing shots and eating shots. Like, they wanted somebody to go down. They didn't care who it was. They just wanted it to be, like you said, a beautiful act of violence. They earned that victory.
And they delivered. But let's talk about another surpriser coming out of left field, man, with probably one of the more heartbreaking, I guess you could say, bio stories that we've had in recent memory of fighters coming into bare knuckle fighting championship. Of course, I'm talking about Izzatullah Kakar. Wow, just out of nowhere, and just his backstory alone is just heartbreaking. That this guy actually spent 8 years in a forced labor prison in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and he's in the country now for the right reasons. He was asked point blank, "Why are you fighting?" Continued freedom, plain and simple. Continued freedom, and then he saw bare knuckle, and he said that he was tailor made for it. And I thought his uphill battle against someone of the caliber of Chris Sarro was going to be a hell of a lot more uphill, but that was not the case.
No,
that would
46 seconds, round one.
He rattled Chris.
Yeah,
Chris was on rubber legs after that, man. Borrowed legs, and that was surprising.
What the?
I think that just goes to show you the type of background that Kakar comes from. You know? Tell your wife I don't have an OnlyFans.
You are. I already dug myself a grave for this man. You're digging it deeper there, New York Tutors.
No, hell.
Wait a minute. Wait. So my wife is asking for Tom Shoaff's OnlyFans. Does that imply Mr. New York Tutors is the dude, but he was the one that said about Tom being in Playgirl? So I don't care. I don't care, Mr. Tutors. I'm just trying to figure it out. That's all.
It's getting sexy in here.
I don't care.
It can't get sexy in here with Josh. It can't.
No judgment here.
It can't.
All right. Now I forgot what the fuck we were talking about. Oh, Kakar.
Good.
Yeah.
I guess apparently you need to start an OnlyFans according to, fuck it, Tom.
I need my Instagram following to get a little bigger before I do that.
Me and Jeff are starting an OnlyFans.
Make that real money.
Me and Jeff are starting an OnlyFans.
I love the fact that I'm usually the last person in the room to know about these things.
Oh, I didn't tell you.
Right.
By the way, guys, there's a $3.99 special with promo code Loudmouth. So
yes,
onlyfans.com/loudmouth. You get Jeff Houston, you get Josh Fers. That's all I'm saying.
15% off if you use the hashtag.
Uncensored.
No, 15% off if you use the hashtag Astroglide.
Uncensored.
Ooh.
Oh man.
But
But the funny thing about that fight is that, he got the win, but he also fucked up his shoulder something pretty bad too.
Yeah, because in the end, when Chris goes to raise his
hand,
he's like, oh.
dude, he's in pain. He's wincing. He's in fucking pain. And you can hear the ref. You can hear Chris Young.
No. It's like, yo, you need to give my shoulder some rest.
Dude, and I loved using Chris. Chris Young is a damn good referee. And I'm going to tell you, some people aren't the biggest fans of using referees that are, below average height. I think it's awesome using someone like Chris because, number one, he's an awesome referee, but it gives a great sense of scale to the fight.
It makes the fighters look bigger.
It does. It always looks good. There's a reason why WWE referees are only allowed at such a certain height.
Correct.
There's a reason for that. It makes the talent look better, but very, very surprising. And Chris, I'm going to tell you, I love Chris win, lose, or draw, but this is definitely back to the drawing board after this one. I absolutely believe that. I believe serious retooling is going to need to take place now.
Yeah. This is going to come off as a bit of a jab towards Chris, and I don't mean it to in any way, shape, or form. But I think he needs to stop looking like Superman and start training like Superman. What I mean by that is he puts a lot of effort into his physique. And it's like, bro, we get it. You look good as fuck. All right, but you can look just as good and be talented too, So I think maybe if he just took a little more time in Puerto Rico to buckle down on his boxing, it might be beneficial to him.
Rumble just knocked Joel's replacement out.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
Who was Joel's replacement?
I forgot the guy's name.
So nobody.
Sorry.
Well, it wasn't a phantom knockout. I mean, shit.
Maybe.
Well, you know what I mean. He's not fucking Yoel Romero.
No.
You know that's the only fight anybody cared about in that tournament. Was the very first fight.
Yeah. No. Once they changed it, it was almost like the fight just got canceled, even though it didn't. Technically, I mean, there was a replacement, but yeah, as far as everybody else was concerned, they're like,
it was Jose Augusto. It was Jose Augusto that he fought, and I guess just knocked out.
All right.
I forgot that was tonight. I thought it was tomorrow.
I'm happy for Anthony. Gentlemen,
too,
I hate to do it, but
no.
Is about to die, and I got things I still got to take care of tonight. Thank you so much for having me on, but I got to go.
Pleasure.
We appreciate you, brother.
Anytime.
I love you guys.
Anytime. We love you too, brother.
You guys be safe.
Well, hey, and if anything, we'll see you at the Hall of Fame, brother.
100%.
3 weeks. I'll see you guys in just a little bit.
3 weeks.
All right, guys. Later.
3 weeks. Deuces, man. Latest. Oh, it's always fun having him on, man. Such an intelligent man. Such an intelligent fighter. so good on so good on the microphone and so well spoken, man. It's definitely the kind of representative that is a person that's an awesome representative and a good ambassador for the sport.
I've told Tom, if he ever decides to not fight or whatever, when it's that time, well, hell, I mean, technically he could do it now, but like a fight analyst.
Oh no, he could make the transition to production very easily.
Yes,
on TV talent. Oh yeah,
yes. I really I just see
most
it
definitely.
I see it 100%
because he keeps it going. He keeps it going. There's very little pause time when it comes to him. There's no there's no break in a sentence. I mean, that's the kind that's the kind of delivery that you look for an on-air talent.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, he's better than me. I mean, he's not a better announcer than me, but I think if he did on-air talent, he'd be so much better than me.
Well, I mean, I am working towards it, but
you'll never get there. You'll never fucking get there, man. Seriously, man. Comparing you to me is like comparing bologna sandwich to prime rib. It's just not happening, man. I'm prime rib all day, every day.
First off, ain't nothing wrong with a good bologna sandwich.
I never said
everybody likes bologna.
I never said that there was anything wrong, but you talk about prime rib and you're mystery meat.
Actually, I like a good seared bologna sandwich. I don't know if that's of any interest to somebody.
Hey, man, I'm going to tell you something. There's nothing wrong with seared bologna, man. I'll even take it one step further. I'll go with seared spam. I'll go with
my man.
I'll go with seared spam, which you'll find a lot of it. The damnedest thing, the easiest place to find spam is in Hawaii.
It's like a fucking heritage there.
No,
it's a staple there.
No, it's a fried spam and eggs. Dude, that's like a staple there.
Let me catch up on the chat. Sorry, guys. Stash Game is on point for Mr. Shoaff, as always. Mrs. Judy Burt, like Jeff Houston. Let's see.
Well, everybody likes me.
Well,
I don't know about the question mark, but
yeah, that's what that's what I would say. But like Jeff Houston, that's how I take it. Like Jeff Houston.
Judy, don't dig yourself too deep. I'm going to be a house guest for 4 fucking days.
Oh! By the way, Mr. Scott said that there was 2 beds in that room. So,
okay, that ain't happening.
So we got Cody Travis here, 150 pounds.
Fuck are you laughing at now? I swear to God, man.
What's with the shades? Tell the story.
What do you mean, what's with the shades?
That's what he said. That's what Howie said.
Howie, have you not watched the show? Okay, I don't want people to see any kind of unsightly bags under my eyes. So guess what? My future's so bright, I got to wear shades, even on Loudmouth Fisticuffs here in Loudmouth Central. What do you want from me?
Thank you, Judy. Thank you.
No, she's talking to me, bitch.
Oh,
Howie,
Howie, actually, we don't have to. He said there's 2 beds in that room, so we don't have to share a bed.
Howie, I would rather set myself on fire. Thank you.
No, there's 2 beds in that room, so we don't have to share a bed.
You're not. No.
So
no.
So
fine.
Yeah, so we're good.
I could just imagine you in the morning. It's like fucking What About Bob? Bob!
See? Judy, see, there she is. 2 beds. See, I wasn't lying.
Judy, you're not making my job any easier.
I wasn't kidding.
I'm sure you weren't. I'm crying underneath the shades. Now you know why I'm wearing the shades, because I'm crying underneath after that.
Looking good, Howie. Proud of the progress. Yeah, Howie, looking good, man. Saw some.
Are you kidding? Jesus Christ, really he looks like a different man. Oh my God! Talk about Jesus, man. I'm so impressed. We actually went to a really good sushi place. We always find a good sushi place whenever Howie's in town, but we found a great place called Samurai Japan, and it was ridiculously, surprisingly fucking amazing in Birmingham. I highly recommend it. Samurai Japan in Birmingham, awesome fucking sushi.
Jeff with enough gin. Was that?
Oh
yeah,
my
you will
God.
Be good.
She's gonna have my favorite gin ready for me. The Drum Shambo gunpowder gin. That's some good stuff.
Team chemistry. I agree. Team chemistry. Thanks for the invite. Fuckers.
Push them together.
Oh, you want to stay in the room too, Vince?
Oh my God! Thanks for the invite.
We can push the beds together. Like,
oh God,
we can push them together. We have that's a whole lot of room.
I bet you drool in your sleep. I could probably wake up and think that I'm asleep in a swamp. Ugh.
No, look, think about this. We can do like a live morning show straight from the bed. Like, we don't have to get up anywhere. We can just roll up, roll over.
Oh my God!
And do we could do like a nice morning show, like a breakfast in bed kind of scenario. All right, we got the camera at the end of the bed. Vince, you're welcome. You know, if you want to come in, we can go over the day's agenda.
Every word you're saying is like a red hot poker to my skin. They're searing flesh with all this blasphemy that you're talking about. Hey, no way, no how, not happening, not today, not tomorrow.
Listen.
Listen.
No, nobody's doing this right now in the fight game world. We like, this would be like revolutionary
for it because it's lame.
Vince, that's all right. You can talk about the sushi, but I'm talking about the room.
I was talking about the sushi, but Jeff does look like a little. Vince, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
Cody, exactly, stepbrother. So much activity. We pushed the room. We pushed the beds together. Think about how much room that's going to create around. We can set the shit up, the camera. We can set all the gear up.
You need the aerobics, that's for sure.
Listen, hey, if you want to, we can do the aerobics. We can film it. We do whatever you want, Jeff.
Right now, I want to get the fuck out of here with this that's going on. I exit, please. Exit stage left, exit stage right. I don't give a fuck. Just get me the fuck out of here with that suggestion.
Cody thinks it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea.
Thank you.
Well, hey, listen. This isn't about gay or straight. All right. This is a man can sleep in the same bed as another man, and it's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with it.
Howie, this is my hell. This is the hell that is my
life. Nothing wrong with it.
This is the hell that is my life with these suggestions.
I'm a straight white male.
Are you sure about that?
Listen, there's nothing wrong with you know.
I'm going to tell you something. Your shirt may be blue, but your attitude says YMCA. Your attitude says YMCA.
Appreciate you, brother. Hey, I'll be in. I made the arrangements already, so we will be. All jokes aside,
it is not happening.
Listen. All jokes aside, I am going to be in Belfast. That is for sure.
He is going to be, but he will not be in the same.
That bedroom. Is for certain.
He will not be in the same bedroom.
We will not be in the same bed, but you know we will.
We will not be in the same bedroom, not in the same house.
We will be bunkmates.
No, we will not.
Only if the underwear is on backwards. Oh Lord.
Yeah, I bet you. Howie, why are you throwing gasoline on a flame? Well, because it's fun, because the fire burns higher then. Of course you like it.
Well, I'm looking forward to meeting you too, Judy.
Judy, trust me, you'll get over it when you meet him. He'll annoy you about, 10 seconds afterwards. And he's like, that second bed that I offered you, unfortunately, it's already spoken for. But but I'll tell you, the hotel in town, 4 stars across the board for you, Josh.
Not true.
Seriously.
It's just not true, Judy.
Judy, the best thing that you could tell to this man over here, get to stepping.
I can't wait. I look forward to seeing your beautiful home and beautiful Belfast.
I'm gonna tell you, I tell you, the one thing that I will definitely say about Casa de Bert, it definitely is a wild place, man. A lot of that.
Heard a lot of good things about you. That's right, but not you, Jeff.
Oh God, are you kidding, Judy? You love me every day of the week and twice on Sunday. And you know you do. You know you do. That's bullshit, and I call foul. You know it.
Oh my God.
I am the life of any party, even if I'm not even fucking there.
I don't know about that.
I do.
Well, either way,
I
think it's safe to say
not from Jeff. No, I won't say anything nice about him. Absolutely not. Absolutely.
I had to give up my room for Leonard Garcia, not from Jeff. Love Jeff. We all love Jeff.
Better.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Where did we leave off, Jeff?
Where we always left off, talking about Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship and BKFC 17. We were talking about the fight of the night, which was, of course, Zach Kalmus and
then we did
Bobo
the Ezatullah Kakar. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, Izatullah
Kakar gets Chris Sarr. We talked about that.
Very surprising on that, but in the end, not too surprising, because I think that when you're in a situation like Izatullah has, and you know that the last thing that you want to do is revisit those dire circumstances that he had to unfortunately live through, and knowing that there's nothing but blue skies ahead the way that he's fighting, he's going to be a star here. He keeps 100%. Fighting the way that he's fighting. He's going to be a beloved star in bare knuckle fighting championship, 100%. Another interesting fight, Ronnie Rogers getting a good TKO over Dimitri Angelini. I was very interested to see Dimitri and his BKFC debut, but that was cut short in round number 1 with a beautiful overhand right, a very impressive one, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, round 1, 1 minute and 31 seconds into that fight.
137.
137?
137.
So you're saying I wrote it down wrong.
I'm saying you wrote it down wrong. I am saying you wrote it down wrong.
No, this is serious because I need to correct that. Hold on.
Be ethereal. Be super ethereal.
I'm super serious.
No, I am ethereal.
You're saying it's 137.
I'm saying it's 1 minute
there he
37
is.
seconds.
Everybody's favorite, yours and mine.
Well, if you're talking about the big dog that sleeps outside that nobody likes. If you're talking about the big dog that sleeps outside, collects dust, and nobody likes, you're absolutely right, Scott.
Scott, do me a favor. Did we or did we not? You are right. It's me and Jeff. We're going to be sleeping. We're going to be pushing the beds together.
Cast your reel. I'm not going to bite. Cast your reel.
And sleeping in the room. Scott.
Cast your reel. I'm not going to bite.
Scott, tell him this was a real thing. He thinks I'm kidding. Tell him this is real.
I don't give a shit either way. I've got Ambien, so I don't have to put up with your ass.
Listen, installing cameras in your room now. Thank you, Scott.
Installing cameras in your room. God, you weren't kidding about the OnlyFans.com page, were you?
No, this is all part of it.
Yes, chaos unfolding in Belfast, New York.
Scott is actually, he's helping run the OnlyFans for us. He's actually going to be running the OnlyFans account for us.
Oh, well, big spender, Mr. Separate Checks Only, actually going in on something. Amazing. Excuse me? Not Separate Checks Only, Separate Checks Please. Mr. Separate Checks Please.
I'm not, we're together, but we're not together, please.
I know that it's a completely unnecessary explanation that he gives.
Micro cameras for Jeff.
Oh, there ain't nothing micro about Jeff.
What was the word, Scott? Telescopic?
No, gargantuan.
Telescopic lenses?
Gargantuan.
Those are like the
wide angle lenses. Panoramic vision. Panovision.
Panoramic vision.
Panoramic.
Can you imagine like people tuning in at like different bits and pieces and parts of the show, and they're like, what the like 1 minute we're like, Tom Shoaff, Fight of the Year, Jim Allers to cameras and naked people and beds and OnlyFans.
I never said naked people, you pervert.
You insinuated it, Jeff.
I didn't insinuate a goddamn thing. I was talking about how you are not going to be in the same room as me when I am a guest over at Casa de Burt.
I don't, Scott. I'm a side sleeper. I don't sleep on my stomach. I'm a side sleeper. Side.
Well, that'll be easier for Scott to put it in. So
first off, I always face. Let's see. I face the wall.
Well, you better face the wall because that way nobody can see you cry.
Well, you'll be the only one that sees me cry. You're the only one else in there.
Oh no! I've seen Pulp Fiction. I'm not going to go through that. I'm not gonna see that live.
Oh my god.
Absolutely not.
This is off the rails.
It's a little bit beyond the rails. You want to go ahead and sleep? You want to go ahead and sleep towards the wall in the same house with a nudist? Ooh, you're a brave man. You're a braver man than I. I will have a chastity belt on there. That's for damn sure, man. I'm going to tell you. I'll take it off for the right woman, but as far as when I know that I'm asleep under the roof of Casa de Burt, You better believe I may even have to bring my sawed-off shotgun to go ahead and keep his ass away.
I don't know what that means, but
Jeff,
I
didn't mean anything by it. I was sleepwalking.
I like leaked shit all over myself.
Has management decided to cover travel expenses? Oh man, stir in the pot again. Trying to, you know what it is? It's a fugazi. It's artificial. It's not even there. It's not even there.
Ain't nothing artificial about
Can
what's
you
happening.
get that off the fucking screen? I don't want to see "Don't Sleep on Your Belly" anymore. Get that the fuck off the screen.
Well, just in case I want people to understand the context of what we're talking about here.
Trust me, I'm gonna tell you something. With the look on your face, the context is well known.
I don't know about that. What is this shit?
Scott, you're actually suggesting a penicillin shot? Oh my goodness, man! It's like Wolf on Wall Street.
I love that movie.
Everybody loves that movie. It's reckless abandon and drugs in the 1980s. What could be more fun than that?
The fucking scene when he decides to when he gets all fucked up and he tries to drive the car back home. And he's crawling out the fucking car.
Dude, the scene of him just getting to the goddamn car. Just getting to the goddamn car when those fucking because he's the one who was impatient and didn't understand that there was an interesting time release with these fucking lewds that he was taking.
Right.
I mean, he's right. You know what the original purpose of Quaaludes was. The movie was correct about that. I've done my due diligence about that. The original purpose was to have housewives to get to sleep faster. Because housewives, were working very hard, but he's absolutely right. If you resist the urge to sleep, you get fucking high off your ass.
Yes, we did, Scott. We talked about episode 50.
Yes, we did.
We released where we're
going. We released where it's going to be filmed, and we're going to have just so many guests. We're literally going to have a guest on every 10 minutes, if not more. It's going to be the most stacked episode we've ever done. Loudmouth Fisticuffs. Right from Knuckletown, USA itself.
Oh, and by the way, Scott, I guess no better time than right now to let you know. I talked with some of the sponsors, and I figured it's only appropriate. I'm gonna split the proceeds with you. We're gonna.
Anybody smell that? I am smelling large, copious amounts of shit.
I've already talked to some sponsorship. I got some deals working, Scott.
Copious amounts of shit in the room.
I think it's only appropriate.
Wow.
We'll just split it right down the middle, and I think it's gonna be good for everybody.
If you're literally trying to fertilize a field, you're successful.
I think it's gonna be good for everybody.
Yep, folks, you are seriously pathological liars. Here.
What's
and
your
I
address?
am not one of them.
Oh, no. That's billing. That's Jeff's department. You're gonna need Jeff's address for that.
What do you mean apartment?
That's billing.
What do you mean apartment? I don't have an apartment. I have a dude. I'm a homeowner.
Department.
My department. Here's my department
here.
I run my department right there.
I run
there
income,
for you, buddy. Right there.
I run income and sponsorships. Jeff runs the billing department.
Yeah,
so that's a bill.
Yeah, incoming sponsorships. He sure likes that shit.
That's all Jeff. So
that's all Jeff.
Send Scott your address if you don't mind a little bit later, and no rush.
Scott, remember we said that we were going to have a ceasefire. You need to play by the fucking rules.
There's stuff. He's not doing anything. This is just business.
He's lying is what he is, and you are lying too. Nope. There's no money. It's just another way to try to reel Mr. Houston in and failing misery. I thought you
No, listen. Listen, Scott, I know that this was a serious discussion that we had, but I thought for the sake of the show, for right now.
Oh God! Oh, let's turn the fan on.
It would be it would be more advantageous to keep him on for a little bit longer.
La Luke, Luke, I am your father. Lord Lilo, Lalo, Lord Lalo.
Tommy Boy.
Aw, I've interrupted happy time. Oh,
Which one is the is that the same one where he's like he pretends to be like the maid and he's knocking on the door and Chris Farley's like in the bed. Yeah.
Housekeeping, you up, Paul? Housekeeping, you up, below? Please go away and let me sleep for the love of God.
Tell him show starts at 4:15. You and I can start at 4.
Housekeeping, you want me to jerk you off?
What kind of a hotel is this? Kind of a hotel?
Yes. Oh, Richard, I'm so happy. Hold me. Yikes. Don't run away from your feelings. Oh, man, that was good stuff.
Well, do, Scott. It's going to be a good show, man. I can't wait. I'm excited.
Fuck the both of y'all.
Hey, there's nothing personal in this.
Oh, there's nothing personal in this. Let's just go ahead and let's just take Jeff on for a ride. Fuck the both of you.
Listen,
fuck you.
Nothing's happened. Listen,
up the ass.
Jeff. First off, I made you head of billing department. Be grateful. Okay.
You can't even say that with a fucking straight face.
Listen, first off,
head of billing department.
You should. Hey, I can remember not that long ago where
God,
you didn't have a whole lot of say so.
Oh, you've had no say so whatsoever.
Listen.
Oh my God, you too. This fantasy world, imagination land. It's like that fucking South Park episode. Imagination.
Look, me and Scott have really turned this thing around. We've turned the corner with Loudmouth Fisticuffs.
I'm going to tell you, the only time you've turned around when Scott is when he wanted to stick it in you.
Over 200 applied so far for the tryouts. It's
actually going to be one of the most attended tryouts in BKFC tryout history, as it should be.
That's insane.
As it should be, because of the history that's surrounding that weekend to begin with, and a lot of people know that. That they're going to see that history unfold. Scott, I do have a question for you this time. I didn't get an opportunity to say, and this is a serious question. This is no fucking around. This is no tomfoolery. No tomfuckery. No shenanigans. None of that shit. I want to know, where is the induction presentations? Where are they going to be taking place? Let me know, because I know that there were a couple of ideas that you were throwing around, but it had never been verified, at least on my end, where the actual induction ceremony will be taking place in Belfast. Because I know we did it, I think, didn't we do it at the church last time or somewhere around that? And that right there was a squeeze to begin with, and there's going to be so many more people this time around.
The fire
hall. Okay, how is that going to be enough room for everybody? I don't remember the fire hall my last visit. I do not remember the fire hall for the last minute. I thought that we'd be having it at outside fire hall. I thought we'd actually be having it outside your mausoleum.
Holds 400.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. And then we can go and, depending on what kind of mood I'm in, we can go check the mausoleum. And if you fuck with me during this, I'll just insert you in there.
I do want to see the mausoleum, though. Sure, I want to see it.
He keeps saying that he's got a special place for me there. I'm like, fuck you. I'm going to be a palm tree swaying in the breeze. You can go ahead and be in your little depressing little fucking mausoleum.
If he has like a special.
Oh, I know where that is. Then Church Hall wasn't too far away from there. I mean, Belfast isn't so big to begin with, but no, that's good. That's good that we're going to have a much bigger venue working on it. Okay.
Which part? The mausoleum part or the
inducting Jeff Houston into my mausoleum?
Bar pool. I heard about. Yeah, I saw the bar pool. I heard about it.
I got invited to give that a try. In fact, I was even told, "Are you man enough to do it?" And I said, "Of course I'm man enough to do it, but I'm going to look like a fool doing it, but I'll still do it." Street dance, car show. God, it's just going to be a party. It's just going to be a big fucking party, man.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm probably just going to drink the whole time.
Great. Rocky Ring,
And
car
then
show, street dance.
listen, we'll have a long day of street dancing and car shows, and then we get to head back
All
to
right,
Casa
Josh.
de Bert.
Josh, I'm throwing down a challenge while we're in Belfast. You know something? Because you're going to be liquored up. I'm probably going to be liquored up. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to throw something down at you. Fist impressions. I am going to throw down a promo off.
No, because I mean, no, you beat me 1,000%. I couldn't.
Not if you're. I'm gonna tell you something. You'd probably be better if you'd had a few in you. I'm challenging you to a promo off, man.
I don't know. That's the one arena where I couldn't. I'd have to yield every time. I don't think I.
You don't have to fucking yield. You have to sack up and try.
I mean, I could try.
There you go.
I would try. I don't have much confidence.
Instead of conceding, why don't you fucking try?
I just no. What do we talk? Are we doing like, you know, like flair promos or like just random shit?
Old school wrestling promos. No matter who you choose. No matter who you choose, it can be anybody from any time. I would prefer it to be old school because the old schools were better. The old school promos were better, and there was more substance to it. And
I'd have to. I mean, if I'm drunk enough, I'll probably.
Oh, stop! Take your balls out of your purse and step up to the challenge.
It's nothing to do with that. I mean, I'll do it. I'm just saying.
Scott, you are no challenge. I would bury you before you even opened your mouth. Before you even open your fucking mouth, man, you'd be buried. Done.
Plus, your memory's probably way better than mine is. So, like, I'll get like halfway through the fucking promo, then I'm just gonna have to wing it because I'll forget about it.
What else is? Wait! Hold on, Judy. I'm trying to figure out exactly what you're saying right there. Otherwise, you would have a good chance. What else? What is the otherwise? What are you referring to?
Wait. If Jeff could use his mouth, he would definitely win. Otherwise, you have a good chance, Josh.
What are you insinuating for him to use? Wow.
I think we do need an answer on that one, Judy.
I think so. Are you talking about pink and brown eyes? Wow.
We need some clarification on Al 2, please.
No, Howie. I do not. I'm going to tell you something. I do not have to pull out the big guns. Ric Flair is the big guns. I've got so many other promos on standby that can bury anybody that chooses to walk in my rifle range. Judy, of course I'm quite the talker. I'm a fucking ring announcer.
God. What I'm saying. Wait, I'm right here, Judy. What the F?
Exactly. You have a very dirty mind. Judy, you set it. You set it up. I mean, where the hell else are we supposed to go? He's doing it to himself. He's doing it to himself. I'm not a part of this. I'm not going to be a party to this anymore. Speaking of which, we are approaching 1 hour 47 minutes. I think that that is a good time to go ahead and put on the brakes for episode number 47. Episode number 47. Good stuff, man. We're only 3 episodes away. 3 episodes, and then we are at the big 5-0 the weekend of May 28th and 29th at the Bare Knuckle Boxing Hall of Fame, Knuckletown, USA, Belfast, New York. Wow. Yep. Wow. Yep. So much fun. The primary reason I'm going, of course, I always am there to represent the Bare Knuckle Boxing Hall of Fame as an inductee class of 2019. But one of the primary reasons that I'm going, shut up. No, you won't. No, dismiss him. Fuck you, man.
We'll go over all the we'll cross the T's and dot the I's.
Yeah,
on the paperwork tonight.
I'll dot your I with my fucking fist. Yeah.
We'll go over the finite details.
Oh, God, nobody's listening to you, man. Like I was saying before, the main reason before I was so rudely interrupted is that I am going to have the privilege of inducting my very good friend Sean Wheelock into the Bare Knuckle Boxing Hall of Fame. You know, he was very instrumental in bringing me to bare knuckle fighting championships. So I feel it's my job to do that for my very good friend.
Right.
Shut the fuck up, Josh. Jesus. God. Loudmouth Fisticuffs, never a dull moment, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm by no means. I'm by no means laughing at.
You can't script
what
this
you're
shit.
saying. I'm not laughing at what you're saying.
You can't make this shit up, people. This is this is a train wreck at its most beautiful. At its most fucking beautiful. I hate this guy so much. I have to endure 3 minutes of this motherfucker laughing like a fucking loon.
Well, I mean, wait, how many nights are we there?
I'm there Thursday to Monday because I'm staying. I'm staying the extra. I'm staying the extra day because I want to partake in the post event festivities, which are usually pretty.
We'll have Thursday. We'll have Friday. We'll have Saturday.
Oh my God. And then your ass is gone Sunday, and happy.
Then sometimes Sunday. But I can since I'm driving myself, got a lot more freedom.
You're not going to stay.
So
what?
I don't know.
Scott, you are fucking useless after a certain hour. Jesus Christ. What is it? Almost 11 o'clock there? Dude, you're fucking useless after a certain hour.
It's 5 till, yeah. It's 5 till.
Yeah. Take your Ensure and go to bed. You're no good to anybody right now. All right. That's a good you can stay as long as you. Thanks a lot, Judy.
Thank you, Judy.
Judy, you're really trying to make my life a little.
I appreciate you, Judy, so much. You and Scott are.
It'd be nice for someone to be in my corner. That's not happening. You get there Tuesday night. Oh, okay.
Thank you, Scott. You and Judy are amazing hosts, and I'm excited. I can't wait. So
as you can see the jubilation on my face, right?
I can't wait.
Ugh.
Did you also tell Jeff that I get the bulk of the room?
Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for tuning in to episode number 47.
I've got a lot of equipment.
We are knee deep in bullshit right now, and we don't want you to be knee deep in bullshit. So this is where we're going to call it quits. So on behalf of Mr. Joshua Fers, I am Mr. Live Worldwide, Jeff Houston. Thank you so much. And remember, smash that like button like nobody's business. Episode number